Yeah, I thought, last week we had to travel down to Monroe. I thought our guys had a great week of preparation, went down and played a really solid game, particularly in the second half. I thought we came out in the third quarter and really played good in all phases of that game and kind of put it out of reach. But really proud of those guys, and now I got a quick turnaround playing Thursday night. Got a huge game here at our place against Georgia Southern.
Thank you, Coach. First questions come from Pensacola, Florida. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach. It's Nathan Dean from Savannah Morning News. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, Nathan?
I'm doing well. Just want to ask you about this game on Thursday. You've been around this rivalry for a long time, and a lot at stake at this one as far as, top two teams in the conference. Both schools are playing for bowl eligibility. Do you feel like there's more hype around this surrounding this game than any other time in the history of the rivalry, and how do you handle that?
Well, I don't know if there's any more hype in the history of the rivalry. There's been some great games back when we were FCS. I mean, both teams were playing for number one or playing for the conference championship back in the Southern Conference. So there's been a lot of great history. So I don't know if it's that deal. I mean, we're still this year. I mean, we're both teams are undefeated in the league, so we are playing for the chance to stay ahead in the Sun Belt race. So that part of it's huge. And then you mentioned also, I mean, the chance to get to the 6-win plateau is obviously something that both teams want to get to. So in that realm, it's all good. But it is we're right here in the middle of the season. It's game number 7. There's a lot of football to be played throughout the season. So in that sense, we have a lot of ball left. But again, a team that we have a great respect for, and it's just a great rivalry. So that's what makes it such a special game, I think.
Okay, can you tell me just how has this defense become the number 5 defense in the country in total defense?
Well, I mean, I just think we're playing the same guys we played last year. I mean, we got a lot of starters back from last year's team, and those guys have got a lot of experience, and we've gotten better and better. I think throughout probably the middle of the year last year, we've continued to get better this year, this all season, and they played really well this year. We had everybody we've played. We've done a good job. This week will be a great test for us, number 1 Russian team in the country. So, we'll see where we're at after this game.
Yeah, and that was my next question. What kind of challenge do you think you'll get from a Georgia Southern team that leads the nation in rushing and had 5 guys last week score a rushing touchdown? Yeah.
No, they do a great job. I mean, every week they play, everybody knows they're going to run the football, and still they're able to do it. And last week they rushed for over 500 yards. I mean, that's hard to do in college football, especially when you know that's what the team's going to do. So it's a big challenge for our guys to come out and play great games. You got to be fundamentally sound. You got to be in your guts, all that, and they do a good job of trying to manipulate the defense. So and they got a lot of speed. All their backs and all their quarterbacks, all of them can run. And even guys they're bringing in off the bench can run. So we got to be there and we got to tackle well.
What kind of progress have you seen from Lamb, from the freshman year to the sophomore year now?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten better and better. I think he's got a full command of our offense. He's also a capable runner, as we showed last week, rushed for over 100 yards, and then, he's an accurate passer. So he's just continuing to get better and better. He's got a tremendous amount of poise when he comes off the field. He's easy to talk to, and he doesn't really get rattled. So he's a great leader for our offense.
All right, and lastly, can you give me your opinion on Thursday night games? I mean, the challenges playing on a shortened week, but are those challenges worth it? To get exposure to the Sun Belt Conference.
No, I understand that the exposure we get is great. You're playing on ESPN, and there's not many games during the week. I think that all that part is good. It is a challenge to play 5 days later. I think it's for both teams. To get back on the field in 5 days, especially after we just got back from Monroe, that's always a challenge. We got to do it twice this year. So, it is what it is. It's part of our schedule. So we're going to make the best of it and just try to do the best you can when you're on the national spotlight.
All right. Thank you for your time this morning, Coach.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Our next questions come from the Fayetteville Observer in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, Scott, this is Sammy Datton at the Fayetteville Observer. just wondered, Doug Middleton seems to be a little bit of a renaissance guy in terms of a football player with all his off-the-field activities. How does that help him on the field, being so well-rounded? And is he one of the guys that you look to as a leader on that defense?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no question about it. He's a leader. I mean, he's a fifth-year guy for us. He's already graduated. He's getting his master's now. And as you mentioned, he does a lot of things off the field that are outstanding. He's a very cerebral guy. But at the same time, he's down to earth, and he fits in with all our guys. He includes the young guys. He's a good mentor for them. He's an extremely hard worker. He's in the weight room all the time trying to work on everything, flexibility, strength. And then he's up here in the film room as well. So he's just that well-rounded guy that you love to have on the team. And, a guy that's been here. He's been through so much over his 5 years here at App State and all the things that he's learned. And, he's very a guy that'll not afraid to teach the young guys about it. So he's a great leader for us.
Yeah, and just finally, he mentioned last year that you guys got down to Georgia Southern a little late, and he felt like that kind of threw you guys off last year. What was that situation that you guys got there late for, and did you feel it affected y'all?
I'm not sure. I mean, when we got there, got in some traffic, so by the time we got to the stadium, we had 10 minutes before we had to go to warm up, and you usually have about, an hour, 55 minutes, 50 minutes, and so we were really rushed when we got there, but that's nothing more than really an excuse. I mean, you got to go out and play, and, Georgia Southern was a better team last year than we were at that point in the season. I feel like we've come a long way since that point.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, and thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Before we stand by, we'll be back with Dennis Ferchoni of Texas State. Please stand by.